In the wild, drinking water or hanging around a waterhole isn't always the safest thing an animal can do. At times, it's even quite risky. Have you ever seen what happens to certain animals that venture too close to waterholes to drink? Whether you not or have, you will want to see this as we count down 15 moments when animals are hunted around water. Number 15. Crocodile attack wildebeest. These wildebeest are drinking water and appear utterly unaware of what lurks beneath the surface, but only for a short time as this crocodile leaps out of the water to snare one. Wildebeest must continually be wary of the big crocodile when they go to waterholes to drink. These giant reptiles can emerge from the water at any time and attack, which is exactly what happens in this video. As the herd escapes, the wildebeest is dragged into the water. Because the wildebeest are confused and thirsty, they must choose between drinking and maybe dying, or not drinking and possibly dying from dehydration. They return to the waterhole despite the presence of an armada of crocodiles, and the capture of a few more wildebeest occurs. The herd dashes away for good this time. Monkeys get their tickets to watch the show as the final wildebeest is devoured. All the crocodiles must do in this video is snag one of the wildebeest as they cross the river. In the end, it's a numbers game, and if it's not your turn, you'll be lucky to live another day. But a crocodile tears this wildebeest away from the herd and begins the destruction process. These wildebeest are crossing a river, but the current is so strong that one of them is dragged away and ends up alongside a crocodile. The crocodile tries to attack it and even catches it for a brief while, but the current aids the wildebeest in escaping and running out of the water. Others are not so fortunate and are attacked and sunk to be eaten by the reptiles. The crocodile is taking advantage of this wildebeest, which is caught in a precarious predicament. At first, the crocodile is unable to grab it, but eventually succeeds in doing so and drags it closer so it can devour it. This crocodile has isolated this wildebeest, but the crocodile is having a difficult time getting a good bite in there. The crocodile can't get a good grip on the wildebeest's skin since it's so slippery. The wildebeest remains still, presumably contemplating a way out of its dilemma. When it finally tries to walk out of the water, the crocodile manages to turn it over, causing it to collapse to the side, effectively sealing the reptile's fate.
The Fanatic brings you all the best content you want to see when it comes to the animal kingdom. If you want to see the latest confrontations between animals and the best animal videos, please subscribe now. We post new videos every day for your entertainment.
Number 14. Baboon attack flamingo. This baboon goes for the kill when it runs through the water to snatch a pink flamingo, and just when you think it will come out empty-handed, it makes a kill. The flamingos run for their lives when a baboon begins to chase them, and when the last flamingo begins to fly away, the baboon jumps into the air just like an outfielder trying to catch a ball about to go over the fence, and it makes an amazing grab. This baboon tries to prep this flamingo for lunch, but it looks like it's the first time it does this. It grabs the bird by the neck and bites its head and chest, and then jumps into the air with the bird still in its mouth and alive, and feathers fly all over the place. I mean, this guy's kitchen is a mess. Number 13. Lion attack crocodile. Crocodiles and lions are both apex predators, yet crocodiles dominate the water while lions govern the land. When one has made a kill and the other wants a portion of it, they frequently cross paths. In this video, a male lion and a group of females argue with the crocodile, but the crocodile seems unaffected by the felines. For a few moments, even the male lion participates in the banter and begins yelling obscenities at the crocodile. Although the lion is aware of the crocodile's devastating bite and is unlikely to attack it, it nevertheless wishes to give it a piece of its mind. The crocodile, on the other hand, stands there unimpressed, asking the lion if that's all he's got. A large pride of lions is eating a kill right in front of the waterhole, and a crocodile happens to swim by to get a look at the goods, but one of the male lions doesn't appreciate it and lets the reptile know it. I don't think the crocodile will insist, considering he's up against 19 lions. These lions attack a lone crocodile in the middle of a marsh, and the felines quickly realize this is no gazelle. The crocodile fights off the nearest cat, attempting to bite whatever it can. The lions attack from all angles, but the crocodile reacts quickly and effectively. Number 12. Otter attacks. One of the toughest animals in the Amazon jungle is the giant otter. They are constantly surrounded by black caimans, anacondas, jaguars, and pumas, but they are fearless and will attack whatever comes their way. These otters are looking for a caiman, and they dive underwater to get a better look before disappearing into the foliage. It appears they have made a kill, but it's impossible to see exactly what has happened. These otters are not fazed one bit by this gigantic crocodiles in this footage. They will charge and attack no matter how big their enemy is. 2 otters are responsible for protecting and training 6 pups in the ways of the forest. When a caiman approaches the family in search of a meal, this otter father has a lot on his plate. The 2 otters waste little time in encircling the caiman and striking first, before the caiman can do any damage. The cubs become panicked and accidentally follow their parents into the fight, which is not good. The parents must now continue to fight the caiman while also worrying about the puppy's safety. The adult otters strengthen their attack and prevent the caiman from fleeing, but the damage has been done, and although the caiman has perished at the hands of otters, 2 of the pups have been killed in the process. This otter circles around this reptile several times, strategizing and planning an attack, but the reptile is on guard and is ready. It's interesting how the otter is the predator in this case, not the other way around. Number 11. Crocodile attack leopard. A leopard approaches a watering hole for a drink of water when a crocodile bursts out of the water. The leopard backs off and hisses at the crocodile, but that's where it stops. Another leopard is bothered by a crocodile at a watering hole, but after retreating momentarily, the leopard lies down and waits patiently for the reptile to leave so he can quench his thirst. The crocodile doesn't leave and plays the waiting game with the feline. It seems like the crocodiles don't want leopard to drink when this leopard is being harassed by a crocodile, and even though the big cat insists, the crocodile doesn't budge. Number 10. Lion attack deer. This pride of lions corners a water buck in a water hole, and when the water buck tries to run out of the water, it is greeted by a lioness that hops on its back. The rest of the pride watches on as the water buck struggles to escape, and it does, but not for long when the lions catch up to it and finish it off. This lion steals a water buck from a crocodile and takes it down by itself. That's a big water buck, but nothing this powerful feline can't handle. I'm surprised the crocodile didn't fight back for the animal with a little more vivacity and determination. This tiny gazelle is having a drink of water, and suddenly a lion comes running in at the speed of light. But the gazelle demonstrates poise and great footwork, enabling it to escape in the opposite direction. Number 9. Wild dogs attack. On the banks of a river, a gang of wild dogs cornered and surrounded a calf and her mother. The wild canines went after the baby calf because it is simpler to kill than the mother. But thankfully for the calf, his mother was strong enough to hold off the dogs. These 2 water bucks have had their hands full with this pack of wild dogs, but working together seems to make the dogs hesitate. The water bucks stand their ground, and it looks like the dogs understand. This kudu is being dragged out of the water by a couple of wild dogs. The dogs are not big, but they are relentless, and when the kudu becomes too heavy to pull, they just tear chunks of meat out of its body until the animal succumbs. A larger kudu ball is being attacked by African wild dogs in the middle of a water hole. The kudu bull fights back, and it sometimes appears as if the giant antelope wants to engulf its foes and hunt them with its colossal horns. This kudu is much too big and powerful for the dogs to handle this time, although I've seen wild dogs many times take down large animals. This bush buck is trying to avoid being eaten by these wild dogs as it uses the rocks as a protective barrier, until the dogs get too close and it jumps into the water. But when it gets to the other side, another dog waits for it, so it returns into the water and stays there. Number 8. Jaguar attack crocodile. When a stealthy jaguar sneaks up behind it and crushes its neck, this caiman relaxing on the beach is taken aback, and his days of soaking in the sun are counted. The caiman took on an all-inclusive that came to an end sooner than later. The jaguar, on the other hand, came looking for goodies and found some. Now he will be able to feast on some fresh reptile meat. This jaguar fights a caiman underwater, and after a few seconds, he resurfaces with the caiman in his mouth. Jaguars are incredibly powerful hunters. They have no problem killing caimans. This jaguar swims towards a caiman and suddenly runs and goes for the kill. It's successful and drags the caiman out of the water. After this jaguar kills a caiman, it has a hard time carrying it out of the water. But after a few attempts, he attempts to do so by pushing with his powerful hind legs. This jaguar drives like an Olympian as it spots a caiman in the water and goes for the kill. The jaguar doesn't care whether the caiman is in the water or it can better defend itself. The huge cat remains immovable and the caiman appears helpless as it is dragged out of the water by the cat's mouth. Number 7. Crocodile attack cheetah. The cheetah is a medium-sized, fast-moving cat. The cheetah is sipping water, and in the wild, anything can happen at any time. A crocodile leaps out of the water and grabs the cheetah. The cheetah makes every effort to dodge the crocodile, but it is too late. I feel worse when a feline is killed rather than a crocodile for some unexplained reason. Is it just me, or do you all feel the same way? This cheetah attempts desperately to get away from a crocodile by jumping out of the water, but the crocodile is still clutching onto the cheetah's tail. With all the mud on its body, it's kind of difficult to tell if it's actually a cheetah, a leopard, or a jaguar. But when I look at its facial structure, I think it's a cheetah. Cheetahs are fast and agile animals. When this crocodile strikes, this cheetah leaps into the air. The cheetah is so high in the air that the reptile can't even touch it, and as it reaches solid ground, it runs at the speed of light. It doesn't often work out like this, but it did this time. Cheetahs must be cautious when approaching a body of water, since despite their speed and agility, they are light in comparison to other large cats, making it impossible for them to escape once a crocodile has a hold on them, as shown in this video. Number 6. Hippo attacks. This video shows wild dogs harassing a big hippo. It's not like the dogs will get anything from this interaction other than a little amusement. Because this is such a large and powerful hippo, the wild dogs would be taking a huge risk attempting to kill it, which is quite improbable. So how do the canines behave? They conclude that they've wasted enough of their time, as well as the hippo's time, and decide to call it a day. Wild dogs in general are a nuisance to hippos and interrupt their peace. Hippos would never bother the dogs if they didn't go hunting in hippo territory. You can see in these clips that dogs are always on the lookout for prey, and their prey is frequently found around hippos, which is why there is so much violence and conflict. These hippos pursue this young water buck, but when the water buck heads for land, it sees another water buck trying to fend off some wild dogs, so it remains in the water. A hippo eventually scares the living daylights out of the water buck, which takes a step on land. But then the wild dogs approach, so the water buck jumps back into the water. I tell you, life is not easy in the bush for these animals. What's not to like about a lonely rhino looking for a hippo or two to hang out with? The hippos, on the other hand, don't appear to agree with the rhino and start to threaten it. The rhino's horn pokes the hippo's mouth several times during the conflict as the hippo tries to bite it. The fight is a little over 40 minutes long. Number 5. Crocodile attack buffalo. Watch how this crocodile tries to assault this herd of buffaloes. The buffaloes are drinking as the crocodile waits to strike. It grabs the buffalo by the neck, and the buffalo is so powerful, it drags the crocodile out of the water. When the crocodile senses it is in danger, it rapidly returns to the water and forgets about eating for the time being. This crocodile emerges from the water and strikes a buffalo, but it's not enough to grab the massive animal, and the buffalo escapes. A crocodile attacks a buffalo herd. The other buffaloes emerge from the water as their friend has it out with the mighty crocodile. Although the crocodile looks to be drowning the buffalo, it rises and seeks to flee. A friendly rhino is also keeping a careful watch on things. The buffalo, which is unable to exit the water due to broken legs, appears to have been abandoned by the crocodile. Number 4. Eagle and hawk attack flamingos. This eagle catches a fish, but for some reason it makes a pit stop to say hi to some flamingos. The flamingos are taken aback and just seem puzzled as the eagle takes off with the fish. This eagle attacks a flamingo and drowns it before it takes off. I don't understand this tactic, but I guess the eagle has good reason for doing this. A hawk makes a few attempts at capturing a flamingo, but it's not as easy as it looks. In the footage, there isn't one time where the hawk captures and kills a flamingo. It is seen scouting the area and approaches some flamingos, but that's about it. Here's an eagle that finally makes a kill on land. The eagle just stands on the flamingo, inserting its powerful talons into the animal for the kill. Number 3. Turtle attacks. Here's a turtle that likes pigeons, but nobody warned this pigeon, and it looks like it's finding out the hard way when this turtle grabs it and makes a pigeon stew out of it. This pigeon is enjoying a day on the lake until the turtle snatches it from under and kills it. We can see this turtle's perspective underwater as it eats a dead bird underwater. This turtle approaches an eagle, and the eagle stays there unafraid, but it doesn't attack the turtle. A turtle sneaks up on a duckling and gobbles it up right under the eyes of its mother. Number 2. Crocodile attack warthog. Crocodiles attack whatever they see, and warthogs are no exceptions. You can see the different warthogs in this clip being swallowed by the reptiles. Sometimes the crocodiles miss and lucky warthogs escape. But oftentimes, the crocodiles are successful. So this poor warthog faces a bunch of wild dogs, but while it has its back turned to the water because it's facing the dogs, a crocodile sneaks up from behind and grabs the warthog. The crocodile submerges with the warthog in its mouth, and the dogs still haven't figured out what happened to the warthog. They just know they're out of a meal. This warthog is having a nice drink of water when a crocodile bursts out of the water but misses. The warthog displays amazing footwork that allows it to avoid being crushed by the huge reptile. In this video, a crocodile in the swamps of New Orleans approaches these wild pigs. The pigs appear to be utterly oblivious to the fact that they are about to be attacked by a giant sea monster. In a matter of seconds, the crocodile swoops down and snares one of the pigs. It's too late, even if one of the friends tries to help him. The victim squeals as if it were final days on this planet, which it is. The crocodile preps the pig for lunch. Number 1. Fish attack birds. Here's a fish that likes birds. The catfish has developed a taste for pigeons, and it's darn good at hunting them, as you can see in this video. The pigeons don't expect it, and the catfish strikes at the perfect moments. In this incredible video, see what happens when a giant trevally targets a tern. Giant trevally are usually solitary predators, although they have gathered in large numbers to try their luck at finding prey. You can see the giant trevally swoop up this tern like it was a swoop of raisin bran. The fish even flies out of the water to make the kill, and at the end of it all, only feathers float in the water. This catfish practically swims to shore to grab a pigeon. It's not always successful, but after a few attempts, it manages to get away with something. Some of these attacks were spectacular, but my favorite one was the giant trevally. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our countdown of 15 moments when animals are hunted around water. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can check out our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.